Claude AI Tools. Practical use cases for work, coding, and creativity. Claude AI tools are useful because they sit between thinking and doing. They can help a person turn rough ideas into structured documents, turn messy files into summaries, turn code requests into working changes, and turn long research into decisions. The best way to understand Claude is not as a magic button. It is a thinking partner and execution assistant that becomes more useful when you give it context, examples, boundaries, and a clear outcome. One major use case is writing. Claude can help draft reports, sales proposals, training documents, meeting summaries, scripts, and social media content. The real advantage is structure. A human can give the goal, audience, and tone, and Claude can create a first version that is easier to edit than a blank page. It can also rewrite the same idea for a customer, investor, employee, or executive audience. Another strong use case is analysis. Claude can review long documents, compare options, extract risks, identify themes, and prepare decision briefs. For a business owner, that means faster understanding of contracts, reports, customer feedback, market research, and operating documents. The human should still verify important facts, but the time saved in reading and organizing information can be substantial. Claude Code is one of the most practical examples of agentic AI period. It can inspect a code base, understand patterns, make changes, run checks, and explain what it did. Anthropic research on Claude Code sessions found that usage moved beyond simple debugging into building, operating software, analyzing data, and writing documents. The strongest workflow is still human-led. The person sets the goal and reviews the result, while Claude handles a large amount of execution. Claude artifacts are helpful when the answer is not just a message. An artifact can be a document, tool, visualization, or small app that lives beside the conversation and can be revised. For creators and businesses, this is powerful. You can create a landing page draft, content calendar, calculator, checklist, or explainer graphic, then iterate until it is ready to use. The main risk is overtrust. Claude can be persuasive even when it is incomplete. For finance, legal, health, safety, or public claims, verification is essential. For tool-using agents, approval steps matter. The best teams treat Claude as a multiplier for skilled humans. It drafts, organizes, tests, and explains, while people provide judgment, accountability, and taste. The best Claude use cases begin with context. A weak prompt says, "Write me a report." A strong prompt says, "Write a report for a small business owner." Keep the tone practical. Use these 3 documents, compare 2 options, and end with a recommendation table. The difference is not the model alone. The difference is the quality of the instruction. For operations teams, Claude can become a knowledge assistant. It can turn standard operating procedures into checklists, convert meeting notes into action items, draft customer replies, and summarize weekly performance. This is valuable because many businesses lose time not in strategy, but in repeated communication and coordination. For creators, Claude is useful across the entire content pipeline. It can brainstorm titles, write scripts, convert scripts into short posts, prepare descriptions, generate frequently asked questions, and repurpose one long video into multiple platform formats. The creator still supplies taste, credibility, and final approval. For technical teams, Claude can reduce the friction of understanding old systems. Many developers spend hours reading code before they can safely change it. Claude Code can map the structure, explain dependencies, propose a plan, and help test the result. This is especially useful when a business has code but no full-time engineering team. The real business value appears when Claude outputs become reusable. A prompt that works once is helpful. A workflow that works every week is a system. Teams should save useful prompts, build templates, and document what inputs are required. Over time, this turns AI from a novelty into operating leverage. The caution is that Claude should not become the only reviewer. It can miss context, misunderstand data, or produce a confident answer that still needs checking. The best workflow is ask, inspect, verify, revise, and then publish or execute. Claude is especially useful when a task has many moving parts. For example, a business owner might need a landing page, an email sequence, a sales script, a customer FAQ, and a short video outline for the same product. Claude can keep the same positioning across all of those outputs, which saves time and improves consistency. Another practical use case is learning. A student or professional can ask Claude to explain a complex subject at several levels: beginner, intermediate, and expert. It can turn a dense article into notes, then convert those notes into flashcards, quiz questions, or a short presentation. The point is not to avoid learning. The point is to make learning more active. For managers, Claude can help with communication quality. It can turn rough feedback into a respectful performance note, summarize a meeting into decisions and owners, or rewrite a confusing announcement so employees understand what changed and why it matters. Clear writing is operational leverage. Claude can also help with risk review. Before publishing a claim, launching a campaign, or changing a policy, a team can ask Claude to identify assumptions, missing information, stakeholder concerns, and possible unintended consequences. This does not replace expert review, but it can surface issues earlier. The strongest Claude users build a habit: context first, draft second, verification third, and reuse fourth. If the output is good, save the prompt and turn it into a repeatable workflow. That is how AI becomes a durable productivity system, rather than a one-time experiment. The bottom line is simple. Claude AI tools are most effective when the work involves language, structure, code, analysis, or repeated knowledge tasks. Use Claude to move faster from idea to draft, from draft to system, and from information to decision. But keep the human in control. Give clear context, ask for options, verify important facts, and turn the best workflows into repeatable processes.